So what am I going to be reporting on today? Before Friday's trip to York Maze Hallowscream, I'm going to be previewing the whole 2019 event. Hello there guys, my name is Coach Chai, YouTube channel, Dogcast the Ball, Built for the Poddies, and welcome to a trip preview. So this is on York Maze Hallowscream 2019, and yes, it's coming tomorrow, it's coming on Friday, 6:30 it starts, and I'm going to be there for the opening night. I cannot wait. Just like last year, I'm just blown away by this attraction. It's such a good Halloween attraction. No wonder it was voted best screen park in the UK last year. It is unbelievable, absolutely unbelievable, and it's just a great event. So for those of you who don't have a clue what this event is, I'm going to be giving you sort of a rundown of the past years, from the first year they sort of did Hallowscream and stuff like that, right up until the present day. So here's a look at the history of York Maze Hallowscream. So starting off with the very first Halloween event. So the first ever York Maze Hallowscream event. It was a long time ago now. It was 2010. And basically that was the time when 13 first opened at Alton Towers. We didn't even have an RMC for a year. That was the first RMC a year later, and yeah, it was the start of a decade, and 2010 was the first of the Hallowscreams from what we know. So we had 4 mazes. We had the Carnival, Curse of the Corn, Appointment with the Undertakers, and Barnageddon. Now probably some of you actually will be commenting down below thinking, you've already run through the event, why are you doing it again? I just want to sort of run through with you so I can include the 2019 event as well. So just a bit of a pre-warner there. Because when I run through the history of the event before, I did it without the 2019. I was predicting the sort of 2019 mazes. So I'm going to sort of include that in here. So it's just for those of you who are new to the channel as well and didn't watch the other video on it. So just a bit of a reminder. So Carnival, Curse of the Corn, Appointment with the Undertakers, and Barnageddon for 2010. 2011, Carnival, Curse of the Corn, and Barnageddon were brought back, but Appointment with the Undertakers was removed and See No Evil was brought in. For 2012, the Symmetry replaced Curse of the Corn, and Outbreak replaced See No Evil, as well as the return of Carnival and Barnageddon. 2013, Reincarnation replaced the Carnival, Outbreak was replaced by the Seance, and the Difference Engine replaced the Symmetry. And of course, the Freak Show and Barnageddon came back. 2014, Freak Show, Difference Engine, Barnageddon, and Reincarnation came back, and the Seance was replaced with 1873. There was no change for 2015, however 2016 saw the Freak Show replaced with the Flash Pot. 2017 saw 1873 replaced by 2073, as well as Reincarnation, Barnageddon, Flash Pot, and the Difference Engine all coming back. 2018 saw Barnageddon replaced with Barnageddon 3D, and the rest of the maze returning. And then for 2019, we had Flash Pot, we had Barnageddon 3D come back. We've got the Singularity, which replaced the Difference Engine, and Corny's Carnival replacing Reincarnation. So, we've gone down in the maze set. Well, we've got 2073 as well. So. We've still got the 5 mazes, and of course 2020 we've got nothing for yet because we're nowhere near 2020's Halloween yet. So we're going to go through this in maze order, just to sort of give you guys a rundown of basically what the mazes are about and stuff like that, as well as giving you my thoughts on each of the mazes. So starting off with the oldest maze in the event, which is from 2016. That is the Flash Pot. So Flash Pot is going to be 4 years old in 2019, and I cannot wait for this because I've loved this maze when I first did it last year. So it was known that the farmer who lived at this farm in Victorian times, Leonard Donaldson, had his own slaughterhouse where he killed and butchered his own meat for sale on the markets in York. Rumours were abound that he had always had more meat to sell than his small farm could provide, and the locals talked about how he must have been rustling cattle and pigs from neighbouring farms at night. the truth was worse than this. Far worse. Leonard Donaldson was trialled and hung following the famous circus tragedy of 1873, and it was claimed that he confessed his heinous actions to the priest before his hanging. But nothing could be ever proved, and his authorities kept this from the public for fear of causing an outrage in the city. The priest's diary is held in the Borswick Institute in York and has only recently come to light, casting further shadows over the farm's gruesome past. So that's the flesh part. So before we move on to the other mazes, I'm going to sort of give my thoughts to each individual maze. So the flesh part first opened in 2016. It's been operating for 4 years, including this year, 2019. And wow, I'm just in love with this maze. It was brilliant. My favourite bit was there was like hanging heads, like bloody hanging heads, like hung from the ceiling. You sort of had to walk, through them and stuff like that. It's just so disorientating. And of course, I'm going to give you full reviews of the mazes at the event on Friday, tomorrow. So stay tuned for the review in the vlog. I think the vlog's going to be quite a long one, depending on how I sort of run the vlog. But yeah, the flesh part, I loved it last time. Absolutely loved it. I can't wait for this time. And it's just going to be a fantastic maze, isn't it? So there we go. So that's the flesh part. I'm going to be giving my overall thoughts to the event, the whole event in general, and sort of what I'm looking forward to, what I'm worried about, and stuff like that towards the end of the video. But let's move on to maze number 2. This is what opened in 2017, which replaced 1873. This is 2073. So 2073, Joseph Clement had recalibrated his time machine in an attempt to avert the tragic events of the past that cursed the farm. Discover the history of Hallowscream and learn more about Joseph Clement, the talented engineer and inventor in the terrible circus fire that destroyed the farm, in the story of Hallowscream. So basically, this is set in a post-Trump nuclear apocalypse, where zombie-like creatures sick with radiation poisoning, and martial law has been enforced, and the army are your best hope for survival unless they have been infected too. So that's 2073. Now, this is my all-time favourite maze. Now, I've done all the mazes from last year's Hallowscream, as well as 2016 Doncaster Fear Factory, which is an event that's now defunct. I did it the last year it operated, with the maze in its old location down in Scallow at the old mill farm. Couple of good mazes there. We had the house that drew breath and the dig. So 2 brilliant mazes. But 2073 just absolutely topped it for me. Absolutely topped it. And I can't wait to see if they've made any changes to this. Obviously, part of it's set in some indoor sections, but most of it's in like the cornfield, and you sort of have to go through the cornfield with the actors around you, and oh, it's so good. I can't wait to get back inside there tomorrow. So yeah, 2073, a brilliant maze. After last year, I'm expecting high expectations for this maze. So, because it's my top maze and I want it to stay that way, unless any of the new mazes sort of really, kick me into gear and sort of really top the other mazes at the event. So I want to see all the mazes on a very high scale. But you never know with these events. You can have good run-throughs sometimes and bad runs other times. So again, you've got to think like that. So, but I'm expecting high stuff from this maze because it is my favourite maze of all time at the minute, including the ones from Fear Factory in 2016. It's just my favourite maze of all time so far. Obviously, still yet to do Fright Nights, Alton Towers Scarefest. Like I said, I want to try and get out to Alton Towers Scarefest at some point this year. I'm going to try my absolute best to try and get out there at some point. But at the minute, 2073 is my favourite maze, and hopefully, come Friday, it'll stay that way. Moving into our next maze then. So the original Barnageddon was replaced with Barnageddon 3D, and the description of this very, very weird maze reads as follows. The workshops at Dunnington Lodge became a hotbed of industrial activity during the time that the circus was on the farm. Men wearing masks braved the heat and smoke to try and make Charlie's mechanical visions come to life. As the fire raged, the roof collapsed and the cellars under the barns gave way, sucking everything into the subterranean world of chaos. Now enter the kaleidoscopic world of Barnageddon 3D. Put your 3D glasses on to reveal a perplexing space-shifting world where your eyes can't be trusted to separate what's real from illusion. So that one's a very interesting maze that I did last time, but the 3D glasses actually made it a more terrifying experience. And I think that's what really made Barnageddon 3D for me last year when I did it in its first year. I'm kind of glad that I did it in its first year. It's just a brilliant, brilliant maze. The effects are brilliant. The jump scares are wonderful. And you know what? I think that last statement, what's separating you from real and illusion, that can't be any further from the... that has to be... that can't be further from the truth. It is so true. It is so true. Because I couldn't tell what was real. I couldn't tell what was fake. I couldn't even tell if the stairs were fake. They were real, because you have to go sort of up and down this maze. I think one of my favourite bits is the trommel, the spinning tunnel. Very disorientating, especially with 3D glasses on. So I am very, very curious as to what this maze will entangle this year. If they've made any slight improvements to it, any changes in one of the scenes. You know, I think that's the thing with mazes that are coming back for another year. You've got the new mazes, which are going to be different or very different. But you've got the returning mazes that hopefully they've made some adjustments to. Obviously, I remember the other mazes that are coming back this year clear as day. So I'll know if there's been any changes to it. Moving in then to our brand new mazes for 2019, and these are the ones I'm most excited for, as well as getting back in the other mazes as well. So starting off with one of our new mazes, this is the Singularity. So this is replacing the Difference engine, which operated from 2013 to its last year, the year I did it, in 2018. And I always thought the Difference engine was... It's not that it was the weaker maze, it was the more confusing maze. Because, don't get me wrong, Difference engine had some fantastic elements in it. Like it was that maze where there was like a room where I like couldn't see anything. There was like noises like a chainsaw. So you sort of in like a smoke room, there was noises of a chainsaw. You think, how are you going to get out? How are you going to escape from this chainsaw? So there's really discerning elements, but there's sort of like two queues that you had to go through. There was a 0 and a 1. Whether they've kept that for this, I have no idea. I can't wait to get down to the event and see all this in person. But hopefully they've sort of changed that queue system, because I sort of felt... I've sort of referenced it on previous occasions, but it's like Telltale The Walking Dead. You save one person, the other person dies, and then the person you saved dies anyway. The queues, the different queues, the 0 and the 1, went different directions and then just merged together again. So I was split up from a friend of mine on one queue, another friend of mine was in another queue. And we just came together at the end anyway. So it was sort of like, what was the point in splitting us off? I guess it was because of the theme and the story, but I just found it very confusing personally. So just for the sake of confusion, I'm hoping they didn't keep the two separate queues. But if they have, I won't mind it, to be fair, because it did feel a bit different and a bit unique to other mazes I've experienced. So there's a plus and a negative to Difference engine. Unfortunately, you know, it was still very, very scary. It was still on a very high level, but it was weaker compared to some of the other mazes, because the other mazes were so strong, it made Difference engine just good and not... It was still strong, but just not as extreme as the other mazes. I like really extreme mazes, so it felt very weak compared to the other ones, but still a strong maze. So I was kind of sad when they removed Difference engine, but I'm really excited for the Singularity. So here's a description from the website then on the Singularity, one of the new mazes for 2019. So it was believed that Joseph Clement, the inventor we told you about, perished in the circus fire on the farm, but his body was never found, and rumours persisted that he created a time machine, and it seems those rumours were true. Clement travelled forward in time to 2073 when he encountered a broken world where machines had taken over and war raged between robots and humans. Clement believed that a human-robot hybrid could bring peace to the world, and he returned to our time, the point in history he saw where machines had first achieved consciousness. His vision is to create a new species that combines the best of man and machine, one true perfect being he calls the Singularity. Enter his laboratory and see for yourself his plans to make this vision a reality, but beware the process is not yet perfected, and more humans as test subjects are needed for his warped experiments. So that one is a very interesting one. It definitely sounds very weird and unique and different. The human-robot hybrid theme, I think, is a very different theme to go for, and I think it's going to work absolutely to perfection for York Maze Hallowscream. I'm really excited about this one. I did see the teaser video they put for it a few days ago on their Facebook, their Twitter, their Instagram. I saw the video, I saw like the costumes for the creatures, and my god, they look scary, they look brilliant. So I'm expecting a lot of jump scares, I'm expecting a lot of different elements to this, and I'm expecting some great elements to this maze. So I've got some good expectations, maybe not as high expectations as 2073 for example, because it is my top maze. This is a new maze, so I'm expecting good expectations, but I think because it's a new maze, and I think many coaster enthusiasts and scare enthusiasts have had this with new mazes, they sort of don't expect that much because it's like the first time they sort of run it with an audience. So there's always that risk of, well, it's first run throughs of a brand new maze, give it time. But I think if they really give me a good extreme run through, and they give everyone on the night an extreme run through, a real top quality maze run through all night, I think they've done a really good job with it. And I'm going to be paying close attention to theming, and we're paying close attention to the outside, the facade, because the facade of the mazes looked brilliant last time. I'm expecting different elements, jump scares, different rooms. I'm expecting, I mean, there's elements of Difference Engine that I think I could spot from the teaser video. I think there were things inside the maze that looked the same as when it was Difference Engine, but it is following a different story this time. So I am expecting to see some differences as well as some similarities to Difference Engine. So I am excited for this one. Moving into our final new maze then for 2019, and that is Corny's Cornero. Now technically this is a 70 to 80% refurbishment of Reincarnation, which also, like Difference Engine, opened in 2013 and closed in 2018, or after the 2018 event. So I did Reincarnation the last year it operated, and I thought Reincarnation was in my top 3 mazes. It was one of the strongest mazes I've done, along with 2073 and the Flash Pot. You know, I think it was right up there as like number 2 or number 3 overall in terms of all-time mazes that I've done. So I was kind of surprised when they said that they were going to change this. But I think this could be for the better, and you'll see why by the description I'm about to read to you right now. So Corny's Carnival is described as follows. Corny, the famous clown, was murdered on the site by Leonard Donaldson in 1873. His designs for a house of confusion were discovered with his remains when they were unearthed on the farm. We rebuilt Corny's funhouse, and soon the spirits of the long-dead circus clowns returned each Halloween in Reincarnation. Excuse me. Now 10 years later, we discovered Corny's plans for an even more twisted, even more sinister house of fun. A world where rooms shrink, spin around and defy gravity, where passageways lead to apparent dead ends as you come face to face with your own image contorted in fear of the maze of mirrors. Oh, I can't wait. Enter Corny's Carnival, where demonic clowns and mind-bending illusions have you questioning for sanity and begging for the exit. So I am absolutely excited for this one. It just sounds like the perfect house of horrors. It sounds brilliant. Now, I always said that maze was the best, one of the best mazes at the event. It's going to be hard to find another maze just as great as that. And just to sort of give you an extra as well as that, we have the Pastiche team live on stage. So we have the side offerings, which is like the main stage that they had last year as well, just to sort of give you a bit of an extra. So at 7:30 we've got Poltergeist, 7:50 the Serpent Queen, 8:10 PM the Vampire Lair, 8:30 Kiss of the Black Widow, 8:50 the Purge, 9:10 Burned, a live cremation, 9:30 Fire Hell, and 9:55 Midnight Greatest Show. So that's just sort of like some extra sort of shows and entertainment for the park. So again, as a side note, that looks really cool. Can't wait for all that. Also, you got roaming actors as well, and they were brilliant last year as well. So I'm hoping for some good things with the roaming actors. Back to Corny's Carnival. My God, I give my applause to York Maze Hallowscream because this sounds brilliant. This sounds like Reincarnation ramped up to 100. I think that's just my honest prediction. It's Reincarnation ramped up to 100 in terms of scares, twists and turns, illusion, fear, everything ramped up to 100 from the old Reincarnation. And Reincarnation was strong enough. It was such a strong maze last year. The fact we're going to get an even more sinister house tells me that we are going to see some fantastic stuff with this attraction. So I'm not going to give my hopes up too much. I don't want to be like overexcited and then just sort of bring it. Typical me, overexcited. But I am excited for whatever this maze is going to bring. I think it's going to bring some good scares. I think the scares are going to be ramped up from last year. And like we said, it's going to be an even more sinister experience. So I'm expecting some good stuff from Corey's Carnival. So there we go. Mazes, sideshows. Obviously, tomorrow night, Friday, 11th of October, 2019, it starts 6:30 in the evening. So if you're there and you see the Coast Shell hoodie, come and say hi. Come for a photo if you want to. If you want to be on the vlog, that's absolutely fine. Nothing rude, because we're a family channel. We're a professional theme park journalism channel. So yeah, if you want to be on the vlog, that's absolutely fine within reason. If you're on a photo or just want to say hi to me, look out for the Coast Shell hoodie. You can look out for this. Look out for this. And yeah, if you want to say hi, that's absolutely fine. If you're down there for the opening night of Hallowscream. So what are my thoughts to this event overall? I think it's going to be even stronger than last year, just from overall thoughts. I am, as well as being scared out of my wits, I'm going to be paying close attention inside the mazes for theming items, different rooms. I'm going to take some notes. I'm going to tell you my thoughts and review them. And yeah, I'm just very excited about this. I'm starting to lose my voice of how excited I am for this. I think I'm probably going to lose my voice by the end of the night as well. So I am excited for this event overall. So prediction-wise, in terms of an event out of 10, I'm predicting a strong 9. I've got some high expectations for this, and I pray that I'm not disappointed. Hallowscream did so well last year. So well. And I'm hoping they keep it up and make it even better than as if they can make it better than last year, because last year was so strong. I don't know how they can make it better than last year. I think the best they can aim for is to be on the same level as last year, and last year was so strong. So there we go. So I hope to see you guys on the Friday evening for the first night of Hallowscream 2019. The vlog will be going up on the Saturday. Maybe I'll try and film a news update Friday morning, just to sort of fill the Friday filming and editing and uploading gap. Otherwise I'll go another day without an upload. So I'll try and upload at least one video on the Friday before I head out to Hallowscream, because the vlog will be up on the Saturday. There won't be enough time to upload it on the Friday night, just for the fact that I know you guys want to wait for the weekend and sort of see it all when it's all finished at the weekend. So like I said, if you see me at the event, just say hi. Absolutely fine. If you want to be in the vlog as well, if you want a photo as well. I love meeting all you lot at the parks and the events. So again, make sure you say hi if you see the Coast Shell hoodie. And for now, guys, thank you very much for watching this trip preview from York Maze Hallowscream 2019. Make sure you like, comment, subscribe, and click the notification bell so you never miss a YouTube video. And for now, guys, I'm Coast Shell. Keep living the coast life, and I'll see you guys tomorrow for a news update, and then Saturday for the vlog from York Maze Hallowscream. Take care. Have an awesome day, my friends.